Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk to you about a gun that I'm holding. It's a gun that I've had for a while now, and I just haven't got around to making a video about it yet. It's the Hatsan 900x. It is a spring-loaded break barrel rifle, so won't cock it just yet. We'll get to that later.
Time chasing people that don't give a shit. I done learned my lessons and I ain't never gonna forget. Yeah. Started calling that shit, started balling that shit, started flicking the wrist.
This is my first rifle, and the reason I picked this as my first rifle was purely down to budget. This one cost me £120 from my local gun store, one of my local gun stores. You can get them online now for about £90, maybe less if you look around. But if you're paying 90 by the time you add the postage and shipping, things like that, it'll be about the same. And I'm an impatient guy. If I want something, I will happily pay an extra 10 or 20 pounds more to get it there and then. So this break barrel rifle, when I purchased it, I did get them to Chrono it in store for me. It came in at between 10.5 and 11 foot-pounds. So in terms of power, there's plenty of power there. For those of you who may not know, the UK power limit is 12 foot-pounds. It is within the limit, but there's plenty of power there, so you could use this to hunt small game if you wanted to. But that's not why I got it. My primary reason is to get into target shooting, to get outside, shoot in my back garden, and just have fun. Now, the reason my budget was that low is because I thought it doesn't make sense for me personally to spend a lot of money on something when I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know if I'm going to use it often. But then I had to like it as well. I had to like the look of it, the feel of it. So there's my personal taste there, but budget was the biggest driving factor. I had a price limit. My price limit was actually £250, but this came in well under. So at the minute it is fitted with a scope. It doesn't come with a scope, so it's 120 without a scope. It does have iron sights. There are some very good sights. I've tested it out, works fine. But it's currently fitted with a Hawk fast mount 3-9 by 50 AO. When I originally got the rifle, I got a scope separate. I spent £50 for a BSA 4x32 scope. And the BSA 4x32 scope is plenty for shooting 10-13 meters, round about that, in your back garden. The reason I have the Hawk 3-9 scope on here is because I took the gun to the range, and the range I go to, the range I went to, they have, you can set it from 10 meters to 15 meters to 25 meters. Obviously at 10 meters I was fine. I put it to 15. With the BSA scope, I could just about see the target. At 25, it was too far away. The zoom on the BSA scope was not enough for me to be able to hit that target accurately. So, because I will be going to the range, I'm going to try to go at least once a month. I did go and get a second scope, which is what's on here now. So I can adjust the zoom, and I haven't tried it yet since I've got the new scope, but I should now be able to hit that 25 meter target with this scope. So that's the only reason that's on here. But if you are shooting 10 meters or below, a BSA or any other fixed zoom, 4x zoom scope is going to be plenty for that need. Now, the accuracy on this rifle, I'm a beginner, so bear that in mind. I've got some target papers here. and I'll show you. So this is the first one. These are all done with the cheapest pellets, so let's see if I've got them. These are all done with these pellets. They're the flathead type, the least accurate you can get. They're the cheapest pellets I own. I bought them together with this. As I said, I didn't want to spend a fortune when I first bought it. I was just testing myself, you know, see how I get on. So that was all done with the BSA scope and those cheapest pellets. And this was when I first fitted the scope. I hadn't learned to zero a scope properly yet, so you can see two different groups here. Not particularly accurate, but as a beginner I was a little concerned because I can shoot more accurate than this with a pistol and they're not known to be that accurate. And I thought the whole point of these rifles are they're meant to have supreme accuracy, so I was a little bit concerned. But as I learned, it was because I hadn't zeroed the scope properly. I then went to the range, and that was my best group from my first time at the range. You can see, for me anyway, for my needs, that's fine. They're all, look, the size of the finger there. They're less than an inch, that group. An inch, less than an inch. That's perfectly fine. And that was at 15 meters at the range, that target paper. This is back home, 10 meters. Again, BSA scope, cheapest pellets. And again, for me, I would have liked them to be a little closer, but that's okay. For me, that's fine. I am a beginner after all. The whole point of this is that we get better. So that shows you what the accuracy is like, and that's a 50-pound scope, between 10 and 15 meters. So for me personally, the accuracy on this is, I couldn't want for more for how I currently use it. What I'll do now, I'll put a few pellets through it. I'll be using these. It's not the cheapest. These are good quality pellet. Air arms. I'll be using those. Put a few of those through it. Again, it's not the cheapest scope, but what I'm going to do to try and make it as close to the BSA scope as possible is set the zoom to 4 times. So you can see there. I don't know if I've lined that up properly. Hopefully you can see. Set the zoom to 4 times so it's similar. And I will be shooting at 10 meters, and we'll see what kind of group I get. I'm a little bit rusty. Hopefully I don't do the gun an injustice. You've seen what I've got in the past. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that today, but we'll give it a go. Okay, it's really windy today, so not sure. You can see the target paper. It's moving around like crazy up there. Not sure how this is going to do for accuracy. Bearing in mind I am a beginner, not an expert, so we'll see how I get on. But if this comes out really bad, don't take this for gospel. You've seen how I've done before. I mean, wow, look at that paper. Right, let's see how I get on. Wind, I don't think is going to do this gun any favours, but let's just keep going. Let's put a few shots. Let's put a few shots through, see how we get on. Gotta wait for the paper to calm down. I guess it adds to the challenge, I guess. Oh, just went to take the shot and it's gone. Let's try again. Okay. So the paper I've got up there, it's just got 2 rings drawn on it. A small one is traced around a penny, and the larger one traced around this. That's just to give you some perspective. Come on, calm down. I have quite a slow trigger pull, so as I'm squeezing the trigger, the wind is blowing the paper up, so let's try again. To me, that trigger pull felt rushed. The shot actually caught me by surprise. That's not something I'd like to do, but I'm a beginner, I'm learning. This is my first time shooting, aiming at a target, moving like this. So I'm learning as I'm making content. So how many shots was that? I see 4. This is the 5th one. Can I get another one right in the middle? There we go. Paper kept still for me. I mean, these pellets, they are incredibly accurate, and this scope is 0 to these pellets. What I've found is if I change pellets, I've got to change my aiming point of reference on the mil dot, if that makes sense. So both the scopes I have are mil dot sights, and if I put the cheap flatheads in, I have to adjust. I have to aim left and low, whereas it's 0'd for these. So this one, I'll just have to put the crosshair where I want to shoot. That's why I'm using these pellets and not the cheaper one, because the rifle is 0'd with these pellets. Come on, come back down. You keep still for me. No, you won't. Come on, keep still. Keep still. Got ya. Let's make this the last one. Okay. Friend, come on. Should I take the shot? Rushed it. That's the last one, but you saw the conditions I'm shooting in. You've seen how the gun performed. This is at 10 meters. As I said, I can't complain. So, in conclusion, as a beginner, for me, this rifle is just what I needed. It got me into shooting. It didn't cost a fortune, and yeah, it's got my passion for it going. So, if like me, you are thinking about taking up this sport and you don't like the idea of spending a lot of money when you don't know if you're going to be any good at it, you don't actually know if you're going to enjoy it long term, then this kind of budget is perfect. I mean, if you look at it, the stock, it doesn't look cheap. doesn't feel cheap. There's not a rough edge. The grip's nice and stippled. I mean, there's nothing stippled here, but I mean, with a spring rifle anyway, it's not something you want to be holding tight. This is just for support. You want to hold this as loose as possible. So the fact that there's no grip down the barrel, it's irrelevant. It looks nice though, don't get me wrong. And the suppressor is plastic, not metal, but you know, for the price, as I said, I'll be keeping this rifle. I do intend to get something. It's got me into it. I intend to get something a bit more accurate for over longer distances, and I'll intend to test myself more over the coming months and years. So I will be looking for something better, but this is going nowhere. I'm almost certain of that. I'm 98% certain this rifle will never go anywhere. So with that said, that's my thoughts as a beginner on the Hatsan 900x. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe. See you next time.